This is my time, my grind. Promise I'ma do this right. Open eyes, see the sign. Now I give it all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name's Chun, and it's time to have some fun with Project C.A.R.S. Now, for those of you who watched the podcast Hose Pro episode 2.0, episode 15, you'll know that I bought the Hot Shot Racing game, which is new, but hasn't been out for that long. I mean, I got that wrong. Which is new, but has been out for ages because they've been developing it in the public eye, releasing every build to a test crew. And this is the final product, Project C.A.R.S. Now, I said on the podcast that the go-karts are crap, and everything else is good, and everything else feels unique. So, I'm going to drive the cars, and I'm going to ramble incoherently whilst driving around the test track, and hopefully give you an idea of what it's like to, try and drive these cars normally. Now, all these cars are going to be made standard. Not going to alter them, go into the setups. Yeah, not going to bother with any of that. So we're going to start with a car which is very similar to a car I drove in real life called the Formula, and this is the Formula Golf FG1000. It's a real thing, and it actually races at the track I'm going to be driving on, which is Dubai. I'll explain why when we get going. So, let's get going and see what's what. Okay, so here we go. We're heading out onto track. 30 litres of fuel. Day glow green. Lovely. And everything is fine. Everything is right with the world. Now, the first thing you need to know is 186 brake horsepower, 160 mph top speed, 0 to 60 is something like 3 seconds, and the other thing you need to know is this is an out lap, and I've got stone cold Steve Austin tyres, which is going to make life a bit awkward. Oh, like that, big time. Oh, that's probably broken it. It hasn't. Now, a couple of things you need to know before you really get into the Formula Golf and everything like that. I'm playing this bit. Yeah, I broke it. Okay, right, let's get back to the pits and just get my car fixed. There we go. So first things you need to know, I'm playing with the gamepad. The problem with the gamepad is I can't really achieve the same level of finesse that I would be able to with a steering wheel, and I haven't got force feedback, so I really can't feel what this car's doing, which is a problem because this game has a very realistic handling engine where you kind of need to know what the car's doing, because it makes life very, very difficult if you don't. Now we've got that out of the way, I am playing with automatic gears just because I hate changing gears manually with a control pad. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, let's see if I can not crash it this time. There we go. Okay. So, yes, yeah, there it is. Okay, now I've got gravel on my tyres. That's lovely. See, now then. Okay, so this, like I said, we've got cold tyres on, so life is a bit difficult at the moment. And now we can floor it. So I haven't got traction control on, I haven't got stability control on, as you can probably tell from the minor problems we've been having in this video so far. Other thing you need to know is that, actually no, that's basically all you need to know! Right, so let's get on to the Formula Golf. I've already told you the power, I've already told you the speed and the acceleration. Braking, it says 100 to 0 takes 2 seconds. Well, I'm guessing if the thing's optimised, you see, that's all optimised settings, and that's all hearsay, and that's all brilliant. But how does the performance translate onto the track? Well, the thing is, 186 brake horsepower, let's be honest with ourselves, let's not kid ourselves, it's not a lot of power. However, what we are driving is a single-seater racing car, which has absolutely nothing in the way of weight, which is why that's happening. Which has nothing in terms of weight at all. There is no weight to this. It might as well be a feather. So what you get is roughly 300 brake horsepower per tonne, thereabouts, due to the fact that this thing really just weighs nothing. Now, because it has no weight, it's incredibly skittish. It goes darts into corners like nothing, like nobody's business, which is why I'm going around a lot at the moment. And here we go, we're going to break to the 100-metre board, and we're going to make this corner. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Yes! Now, without that weight there, this car is just absolutely, it's a peach to drive. It really is lovely. Because you also get that downforce going on. So you can hold quite tight lines, and that can happen. Yeah, that can happen when you lift off. If you're not 100% committed in this car, you're going to find out about it. The other thing with the lack of weight is it does not take this thing long to get it up to speed from corners. Like so, here we go. We're coming out of this corner, and I've only got 186 brake horsepower, and I'm accelerating like a little bullet. This thing goes like a wasp, and I imagine at a track like this thing could easily outpace quite a lot of road cars. Very serious performance road cars. Other thing is, oh, there we go. The other thing with this car is that you do not want to be. So there's a few do's and there's a few don'ts with this car. One thing, you don't want to be riding the brakes into a corner. Trust me, it doesn't work out very well for you. The other thing you don't want to be doing is flooring it in the middle of the corner. That won't work out very well for you, particularly on cold tyres as I am now. The other thing you also don't want to be doing, lifting off for a corner, because then you'll just get lift off oversteer and you will crash, you will break your car, and then you'll be out of the race. So this corner right here, it's a tightening corner, which in single seaters like this is a difficult corner. Oh, there we go, I had to lift off there. So this car, oh, it is a fun little car to drive. Look at that, sliding, we're sliding through there. Bit of a four-wheel slide going on. It is a fun little car to drive. I mean, the best thing you can do with this car is really wait for those tyres to heat up. Once those tyres heat up, God, you can get committed in this car. So one of the characteristics with this thing is the fact that the initial acceleration is pretty impressive. But once you get up to over 100 miles an hour, downforce kicks in. Once downforce kicks in, I'm just concentrating so I don't spin it. Again, there we go. You do find yourself struggling to pick up speed beyond about 130 miles an hour. The car just sort of runs out of guts, downforce holding it back. Even so, you can't deny this kind of straight line pace is brilliant. It is very quick in a straight line, as you can see. This is a big long back straight. And before I'm hitting 135 in a junior race car. Remember, this isn't really a major serious race car. It's meant to be for people who are just starting to make a name for themselves. At this point, they're probably not any. The drivers racing in this series probably aren't even on any fans' radar at this point. And yet, you're doing 136 in a car which is open wheel. It feels oddly precarious. It really does. When you slide in this car, it feels dangerous. It's probably because it is. One thing this car does not have is very thick tyres. So you do have to be a little bit cautious about your mechanical grip that you're getting. If you push this car with its slim tyres, it will slide around on you. So you have to sort of be patient when you're going at quite low speeds. As you're sort of seeing in some of these slower corners, that's a 209 registered there. Don't know if that's good or not. Well, I guess we'll find out as we drive more cars around here, but yeah, when you're going at slow speeds in this car, you do have to be a little bit patient, otherwise the car will just slide out on you. you don't want that to be happening. Oh, see, like that, right there. Only he was going quite quick there. But look, once you get into high speed, downforce. You get downforce, and the car just changes direction like a fly. You can probably evade a bombing run in this. It's that quick to change direction. When you get the speed up, look at this. It will stick to the road, and then you can slow down. A medium speed corner here. You can use the banking to really get on the throttle early there, and this car rides that beautifully. And you get a brilliant exit where all that 186 brake horsepower is firing you back down the straight. Oh, this is a fun little car to drive. It's a very fun little car to drive. Brake at 100 meter board, and there we go. Oh, like I said, you do not want to be riding the brakes. Almost lost it. Thankfully though, because I've got the warm tyres. You can. And that's the thing with this car, once you do warm those tyres up, it is an incredibly forgiving car which you can push and push and push and really get on the go with. You can really exploit all of that 100 brake horsepower nearly all of the time, despite the light weight of the machine. This is not that intimidating a car. I mean, it's slidey when you first get in it and go. I mean, the trick with this car is to ride out the cold tyres. Once you do that, you can really hammer it and hammer it and hammer it. And the thing is, it just rewards you with more and more grip and more lap time. See, now I've got the tyres warm, I'm getting confident in this car and I can go for it. 207.434. Not bad. Oh. Let's see, how fast do I dare go through here? That's 90! Had to drop down to 80. There we go. Ran it across the bumps there. I'm surprised I got away with that, if I'm honest. So, I can feel the car sliding through there. Now it's got the grip. Now it's got the grip. Got grip now. just done a 20 lap run in the Formula Golf. Easing it down now, so I'm bringing it into the pits this lap. Ironically, I think I just did my fast lap there at the very end. Just adhering to the basic principles of racing, slow in, fast out. I think I've done a 2:01. So with a bit of setup work, you can probably get this car in below 2 minutes. Fresh tyres, low fuel loads early on, you'll probably get this thing around this track. You'll probably get this car around this track at, yeah, probably 157, easy, probably possible. Yeah, there you go, my low fuel, my warning sign for fuel's come on. Yeah, I've got to say, so the pros to this car, the things I like about it, in summary, I'm going to go with the summary. So, lots of grip, plenty of grip. Nice responsive engine, not much dead zone on this car at all. It's got a lovely, lovely, lovely engine. It's got power. Okay, it's not a huge amount, but it's got enough for its weight, so that's a bonus. Like I said, grip, immense grip. You can just throw this car in at corners, and it's gonna hold on lovely. It's also got lots of traction, plenty of traction. You can really just bang in consistent laps in this car. You can always do the same lap every time, and that's a huge bonus. Yeah, it's the bonus. Cons. Okay, cons. Well, like I said, adequate power, but not a huge, colossal amount of it. It's also not that economical for fuel. I had 30 litres of fuel when I started this 20 lap venture. I've now got 1.2 litres left, and I've done 20 laps, so it's not doing very well for fuel economy, if I'm honest. That's that. So, there you go.
Things are going smoothly so far, but problems could be just around the corner, which means problems are just around the corner for me, which means I'm probably going to hit some black ice, slide off the rails and die.